You are the chosen one.
And if you recognize the name of this company, you probably know what game this is going to be. And if you didn't, then that gave it away. Ys 1 and 2 complete, Nightwolf's fan translation project. If you already know about Nightwolf, you know far more than I could say. There we have a beautiful picture of one of the goddesses of the game holding something that I won't really go in depth with because it would spoil things. But Ancient Ys, Vanished Omen, and that says Isu, for those of you who can't read kana. Ys 1 complete. And without any further ado, let's dive right in. We're going to do this on normal. There's a video right here, but you guys can't see it anyway. It doesn't record. So I'll post a link to that video so you can all get a look at it. Dr. Buldo says, "Ah, good, you're awake." Gets a little bit brighter. Dr. Buldo, now don't strain yourself. You're bruised all over. Well, any major aches and pains I should know about? Adol checked himself over. There was some pain, but nothing debilitating. Adol was the first red-haired silent protagonist. Chrono would follow in his footsteps many a year later, as this game came out in 1987. I believe, or somewhere around there. There's nothing to worry about. You're in the clinic of Barbado Port. And there comes in a character who was first introduced in the anime they made of books Ys 1 and 2. Slagf. Or Slagf. Yeah, it's a weird name. Father, is the stranger awake yet? Ah, Slag, you're early. How did the militia meeting go? Same as usual, no real progress. As for the patient, he woke up only a few moments ago. It's good to see you awake. That reminds me, I've yet to introduce myself. My name is Buldo, owner of this clinic. This is my son, Slagf. He brought you here after you were found unconscious on the beach. You were about to be a meal for some rebels, but we drove them off. You don't know how close you came to never waking up. We'll see rebels, though, and we'll be getting our revenge. Adol gratefully told Slagf his own name. Adol, eh? Or Adol. I'll be saying Adol and Adol interchangeably. That's a good name. I haven't seen you around here before. Where are you from? Adol explained that he journeyed from Promaloc, but it's really Promaroc, to Esteria by boat. My word, you came from overseas. That's amazing. I've never heard of anyone getting through the storm barrier before. Mind you, this is a recent occurrence, the storm barrier. Isla, what do you two think you're doing? Uh-oh, here comes Nurse Nag. I am not a nag. I just have my priorities straight, and you'll address me by name. He's injured, Slag, and he needs his rest. Just let him be for a while. Yes, how careless of me. Well, that's enough questions for now. I'll leave you to rest, but I'll check in on you later. And then some time passes, and under the clinic's care, Adol recovered quickly, which is to say a couple weeks. Well, several days later, apparently, according to this. And now we're up and around. We can finally walk around for the first time. Get some nice nifty armor. Walk diagonally, all 8 directions. Nothing really around of any importance here. So we'll just want to continue on. Dr. Buldo, there he is, and this game has one interesting thing. Even though it's an action game, it has a lot of elements borrowed from H games. Not a lot of them, but just enough that it'll be a little bit familiar, and it's sort of amusing. Hello, Adol. Looks like you're feeling up to moving around. Even so, I recommend you stay in bed for now. Ah, well, perhaps a walk around town would do you some good. I imagine a young man like you has quite the story to tell, given how soundly you slept. Adol, the Portside Warehouse has become the headquarters for the town militia. Slag should be there. He can answer any questions you might have. Just be careful not to do too much too soon. There are many demons outside town, so it's dangerous. Please be careful. As you saw, we also have, down at the bottom of the screen, 20 HP, 200 XP to the next level, and 1,000 gold. Additionally, we have nothing in our inventory, and nothing equipped. That's kind of a problem, but we'll see to fixing that. Game starts off with a pretty little lens flare, and let's talk to the townsfolk. Actually, first, before we do anything else, let's go and visit Slag. Just because, well, let's visit him. Here he is in H-Game portrait mode. Hey, Adol, you're already up and about, eh? You've been dead to the world whenever I stop by. You must have been pretty exhausted. By the way, have the other townsfolk said anything to you about Esteria? Will you tell me? Adol says he's heard rumors that the country is cursed. Cursed, huh? That's not really true, but it's probably not too far off. I was afraid of that. The others are losing hope. I'll have to get them motivated to do something. I don't know if you'll be able to learn much from me, but I'll tell you what I know. So we're going to talk to him about everything before we visit the whole town. I'll ask him about Barbato. It's the only port in Esteria. Used to be just a small fishing village till silver was discovered nearby. Then it grew quickly. Silver's going to be very important. But since the storm barrier appeared, no ships can get through. We can no longer export silver. Thanks to that, we're stuck as a fishing village again. Well, everyone profited from all the silver trade while it lasted. Perhaps it's for the best. So we'll ask about Esteria, this cursed country we're in. Esteria is a small island country. There are a few towns. Here in Barbato, the walled town of Minia, and up in the mountains, Zeptic village. Not long ago, there was also Rastin village, but the silver mine there was closed down when demons raided it. No one lives there now, as you'll see. The place where I found you is known as White Fawn Beach. Mother of pearl pieces are all over there. Very beautiful and nice to walk along, so long as the demons aren't around. What else? Oh yes, Darm's Tower. Darm Tower. Asteria's claim to fame. It's an ancient ruin that seems to reach to the clouds. On a clear day, you can see it all the way from Promelot Rock. Well, there are a few such famous places, but they've been infested with demons ever since the storm barrier appeared. Traveling is very dangerous nowadays. So we'll ask about this storm barrier. Why is no one getting in? It appeared, let's see, about 6 months ago or so. The storm started on a night when some trade ships carrying silver set out from Barbato. The ships were torn to pieces by the storm, and what was left washed up on White Fawn Beach. We first thought it was just an isolated incident, but since then all the ships that sailed have met similar fates. That's how the storm barrier began, and now Asterians don't dare try to leave the island. Nowadays, most people are just kind of resigned to that. Myself, I'm just not that easygoing. Then we'll ask him about this militia he's been growing. Right when the storm barrier appeared, demons began showing up in Esteria. The dog-like things that attacked you are an example. They're known as rebels. The demons first appeared on the road up the nearby mountain, but they soon began to attack the villages. Barbato in particular was attacked hard. Not to say that Minia has been attacked, but they have a wall to protect them, so the people there are safe. Septic was spared even though it only has a fence surrounding it. The blessing of a mystical bell is said to protect them. We have no such luck here, so we have to defend the town ourselves. What choice do we have? So, he's told us quite a little bit. Asked us to come back sometime. He has a nice little militia headquarters, but... well, not really a lot of people. Drake says that you're the one that's slag rescued, aren't you? Fine red hair like yours is certainly a rare sight here. And in fact, Adel is the only red-haired character in all these games that I've played. It's a nice little thing that makes him special. You can see we're exploring everything that Esteria has to offer, at least Barbatos. Jacob, we keep watching the surrounding area from here. That way if the demons try to mount an attack, we can see them coming and have time to prepare. There's a nice little rope ladder there, but we can't get onto it, which is fine. We can get everywhere we need to go by foot. There's no jumping in this game, very Zelda-like in that respect. You can just walk around using the directional keys. You can use the mouse, but I'm on a netbook for this, so that would kind of suck, because trackpads aren't very good for this game. Just move this off and it'll disappear on its own. Here you can also see all the things we can do. Use, equip, inventory, status, option. Status, of course, shows this little thing up here in the corner, which shows that we are Adel Kristen, a level 1 swordsman with 20 HP, 10 strength, and 10 defense. Also, the nice lovely little border around here shows the goddesses, and shows options. These are really just like sound and stuff like that. Others, just blood effects is on or off. We're going to keep that on, though, just because, well, it looks cooler with it on. So with that said, let's talk to more of the townsfolk. Batello the fisherman. I've been fishing here for as long as I can remember. Since the storm barrier appeared, my catch has been consistently bigger than ever. Talk about a mixed blessing. That's definitely something. Wouldn't you say, Fido? Or Barky, whatever your name is. Don't really know. The graphics are really quite beautiful. I haven't played any of the other versions, but they're all for like 8-bit or 16-bit consoles, so this is definitely an improvement. Rebecca, this is the town where we grew up. I don't want to go anywhere else. But I have a child. Maybe it would be safer to live in Minia, since it has the town wall. Well, rather, that's not quite true. It is safer there, but also, this is also on the DS, with about the same graphics. I think it's also on the PSP now. Hey, mister, did you come from the mainland? Isn't the storm barrier neat? I hope it never goes away. If it did, the girl next door would have to leave with her family. Talk about a little guy who's got his priorities straight. Trans. Slagfist's doing well, but in the end he may be kidding himself. Don't you think everyone would be better off moving to Minia rather than always living in fear of attack? I can't really disagree with the guy. Maybe they could just build their own wall. That wouldn't be the worst idea ever. And it's not that hard to build a wall. And since he referenced the girl next door, let's talk to that girl next door. My daddy always talks about leaving Esteria. I don't want to go. I've made lots of friends here. There's her daddy. Mason the trader. Yeah, I came here because I heard that the local silver trade was a good way to make money. I wish I could go back to the mainland. If only the storm barrier was gone. And her mother? Sylvia. At one time, there were lots of traders in Barbado besides my husband, but most of them tried to go out to sea and were swallowed up by the storm. If my family wasn't here with me, I'd be a total wreck. And I can't blame her. She's living in a place that people are calling cursed. If I didn't have my family, I'd be a wreck too. We were just up there a little bit ago. Dropped by the bar, where we'll talk with this lovely little woman over here, Corinne. Spelling very similar to my own name. We never lacked for customers here before the storm barrier appeared. Being poor doesn't bother me, but being bored? That's another story entirely. Gerald, the bartender. Red hair. Ah, you must be Adel, right? Dr. Buldo told me about you. As you can see, we're closed for business since the storm barrier keeps the merchant vessels from reaching our shores. Which is really a shame. Nice little place. There's a weapons shop, but the door is locked. Which is fine. We don't really need a weapon yet. We're just going to be talking to people. Marco. Since no ships can sail anymore, the harbor can't employ anyone. And here I've been hoping to branch out into the silver trade. What rotten luck. As I said, silver is very important in this game, for many reasons. Fran. Things were great 6 months ago. Huge trade ships were coming in constantly, and Barbado was flourishing. Nowadays, it's just a fishing village. I miss those days. Well, we'll try and see what we can do to fix that. Stefan. Watch out for the blue-headed demons out in the field. If you get careless, you can get badly hurt. You're only human after all. If you ever get in a situation that you don't think you can handle, there's no shame in running away. Which is very good advice. I will probably be doing that a few times. We'll go in here and talk to this old woman, Daria. My son and his wife live in Minia. They keep asking me to go and live with them. They must be joking. Why would I do that? Maybe because of the storm barrier. Rather the wall they have around their village. But that's just me. These little things here, I believe he explains it to us. These creatures are called pickards. They've been raised as livestock here for generations. Their meat is absolutely wonderful, but they'd be easy pickings for demons, so we raise them here in the village. I'll be seeing them out in the open anyway, though. They're good fun. Very weak. Easy to kill. George. Oh, I haven't seen you around before. I see, you're the young man that Dr. Buldo's been looking after. You must have been through a lot. But you're looking well. Dr. Buldo is very good at his trade indeed. And I'd have to agree, and I'm rather alive. And here we'll talk with them again. What will you do? Talk to Buldo. I hear Slack is trying to start up a militia group. He's always been one to insist on shouldering everyone else's burdens. But he's a stubborn one. He never listens to me. He reminds me of someone. And I accidentally pressed that button again. And now we'll talk to the nurse. Adel, I know you're young and strong, but don't overestimate yourself. We wouldn't want you to fall ill again. And we don't need healing. But medicine? We're out of the digitalis plant needed to make medicinal herbs. But still, you shouldn't need any while you're in town, should you? And I really don't. So that's perfectly fine. At least so far. Medical herbs are the only thing you can use to heal yourself with in this game. They do provide wonderful healing. You can only carry one at a time, so you really have to be sure that you're going to need it right then. Really not too much of a problem, though. Even for someone who's not a veteran to this game. Hey, Adel, you're looking well. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? We'll bring up the militia again. And he mentions the same stuff again. I see. We'll come back sometime. Could have sworn that there was a way that he'd do a little bit more. So I'll be cutting this video, and I'll be back with you very shortly.